How we doing, everyone? In the Goobers, Brian, how we doing today?
Doing pretty good. Excited to be back with you guys. Excited to see what the projections look like, what the Sims have spit out. We gave our ball takes and some of our players that we thought were going to rise the most pre-projections. So excited to see how our analysis, our ball knowledge is going to do compared to the magical AI in the sky. Anthony, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, yeah. And, interesting. I think one of the things we talked about on Tuesday, right, was two quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, really flying up draft boards this week, going in the first round, sometimes the middle of the first round. And I got to be honest, I don't buy when I'm being sold. When I look at the board this week, guys like Geno Smith, Trevor Lawrence, who I know we're going to talk about the Jags in a minute here, Brock Purdy, late quarterbacks who are going fifth, sixth round this week. I think people that take Josh Allen and Lamar in the first round this week are going to be having some buyer's remorse on Sunday, because I like a lot of the guys, the quarterbacks you can get later in the draft this week.
Very interesting. Just looking high level here at the Sims, and I'll turn it over to Eric in a second to talk about it in more detail. But it looks like the Sims do not support the late quarterback for most of these. I see a lot of Lamar in round 2. So, Eric, why don't you talk a little bit about what some of the Sims have spit out?
Yeah, so the two quarterbacks who are optimal the most are Lamar and Brock Purdy. So you get one guy who's going early, and then one guy who's going in the 6th round. It's just gonna love all stacking partners for Purdy. I actually ran the Sims twice today. The first time I ran it with like the normal projection numbers for the 49ers, and I just got so many 49ers optimal. So I bumped them down a little bit, and it's still pretty high up. Let's scroll over here. So Debo with his bump down projection is 43%. Purdy is 19%. Ayuk 35%. Mason 65%. So the 49ers they're loving the 49ers this week. What do you guys think about that?
And Kittle too, 20%, couple rows down there. So yeah, I mean, we've seen what Arizona can, or I should say what they can't do on defense. They just gave up 42 points or whatever it was to Washington last week. Granted, Jaden Daniels is having a fantastic start to the rookie year, but everyone kind of knew, other than Budda Baker, that defense for Arizona was not going to be that good. So it makes sense that it's a get-right game for San Francisco, coming off of a tough loss last week, at home this week against Arizona, division rival. I do expect them to put up a ton of points this week.
Yeah. And going back here, so obviously it's going to say Jamin Jordan Mason. He's the highest projected player. But something else interesting that I added this week was to look at the expected value of a lineup based on that draft position. So if we look at the 101, you'll see on the top the G column, the H column. So it's about $4.80 for the 101. The number 1 slot this week.
Is it the number 4?
It's the number 4.
I knew it, because that's Kyron.
Yeah, it's Kyron, and sometimes you can get a Jordan Mason fall, but it's mostly just going to be because of Kyron.
Yeah, you called that, Brian.
And Debo. Yeah, you did call that.
Yeah, Kyron and Debo. I said they were both going to project well. Kyron is probably projecting less than half a point different than Mason. And Kyron is, I think the Vegas line for total yards is the same for the two of those. But you get guys like Nico and Derrick Henry going between the two of them. So Kyron, to me, is the end of the top tier there. But he's also the start of a great bring back in round 2. So makes sense to me. A lot of Kyron this week in the drafts that I've done, and I'm glad that the Sims and the projections support that.
What do you think the worst spot to draft from?
I would probably say number 2.
It's actually number 6, which is pretty typical for these drafts, just because you usually don't get the a player in the top tier. But then look, going back to number 4, the 4 draft slot, Chuba Hubbard is very, very common to see in these optimal lineups, which is rare because his ADP is 34, which means he's hardly ever getting drafted. Even in my Sims, he's hardly ever getting drafted. And you can see from this spot, he's 25%, which is really, really good. He's probably only getting drafted in 10% of drafts, 20% of drafts. Maybe.
Really?
Yep.
That's crazy. I saw him going in the 2nd round.
Chuba?
Well, what is for a dog ball?
Oh, well, that's a whole different story. Those are just the true sick fucks.
Yeah,
but I mean, that seems like a big disparity. I mean, yeah, I know different, a little bit different, but still, when you're talking about undrafted versus in the dog bowl going 2nd.
Right. Yeah. Another interesting one. Scroll down. Tucker Kraft. I don't know exactly where
we
he's
talked
going.
about that a little bit.
He appears a lot for the rate he's getting drafted. Anyone else standing out to you guys?
Yeah, the biggest one for me, and it was kind of a come to Jesus moment, not to be religious, but I was after doing a little bit of reflecting on our Tuesday stream, and you guys really talking up the Bengals-Ravens game. Something that I started to really analyze has been, what if Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers just connect again? So I did a couple drafts over the last 2 days, and if the game script goes how you guys were kind of thinking it, high scoring, shootout potential, the Ravens can't just run the ball 40 times and be successful. Don't forget that Zay Flowers has had more double-digit targets every time that Jackson has thrown the ball more than 20 times. So Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson, I got Lamar at the end of the third, and I was able to get Zay Flowers as my last round pick. So seems like good value there without having to really reach on a quarterback.
Yeah, the Sims really like 5th and 6th round Zay Flowers paired with Lamar. Tuna, thanks for stopping by. What's good? How we doing?
What's up, Tuna?
So let's see. Do you guys want to do
before we leave this stream? Before we leave this this screen, something that I wanted to talk about that is interesting in that it doesn't look like it's showing up here. I don't see a single Jag on this. Well, I see a lot of Jags, but I don't see a single Jaguar on the top optimal lineups, which is quite interesting because if you guys were here on our stream on Tuesday, Anthony said that something factual where Trevor Lawrence historically has just lit up the Colts. And I wanted to just kind of validate that and then also kind of double click into why that is. And I thought the reason was pretty interesting without getting too specific into like the nuances of football and the defensive coverages and stuff. The Colts play a lot of cover 3, and that's really where Trevor Lawrence has been at his best, both in the college level and in the NFL. Like cover 3 is where there's a single high safety where there's cornerbacks on both sides of the field that drop into zone coverage down the field by the sidelines. So the whole reason why teams play cover 3 is because they want to stop the run, but it makes them more vulnerable to the passing game. So teams can take advantage of this cover 3 defense if they run 4 verts just straight down the field, 2 wide receivers on one side, wide receiver on the other side, and then a tight end either on the line or in the slot that all just runs straight down the field. So all Lawrence would have to do, and what he's done in the past against the Colts, has been just looking off either the cornerback or the single high safety and having a wide open player down the field. So I really like Brian Thomas because I think he could fill that role. He's done it so far this season in the limited games he's played. So I'm surprised that he's not showing up as more of an optimal pick in the Sims.
I don't want to shit on your dreams, but it's just the fact that like Trevor Lawrence versus the Colts, it's just not sticky year to year. Like it just doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, if you can get something sticky as in the type of coverage that a specific team plays against, like just as like their preferred default format, and he's done it the last 2 years he's played them, we'll see. But
so basically what we're saying is the Sims don't give two shits what historically any quarterback has done against any team.
Nope.
Ever.
They care about how the players on the field this year are going to perform against each other this year.
Then why was Garrett Wilson optimal last week against Patrick Surtain?
You guys want to hop in?
That is a good thought, Brian.
Thank you.
You guys want to hop in a primetime draft? It's about to close.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is Thursday, London, and Sunday night.
Interesting that you have Aaron Jones.
My ranks, you guys are not going to like my ranks one bit.
I do, because I don't see Breece Hall anywhere.
Yeah, Breece Hall is 9th.
Good. Najee's above him. Wow. Cool.
Well, that is wrong.
Yeah, earlier in my early run of drafts, I had Najee at 4, and I was getting a shit ton of him.
So we have the 101. Every time we've done these drafts, we've had the 101.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's going to be CeeDee Lamb, I would imagine, unless you guys want to try to diversify. For
me, it's always CeeDee Lamb here.
I agree.
Projection.
Tuna says that Najee is free. I don't disagree. Anthony said off the jump on our stream on Tuesday that Najee's awful at football, and I don't disagree. But the Cowboys' run defense might be a little bit more awful at football. So Najee might accidentally do something good once or twice if he gets 25.
I thought Singletary was going to do something against the Cowboys, and maybe he's just not good enough at football. And that might be the case with Najee this week, too. Sometimes if you're just not good enough at football, it doesn't matter what the matchup is, unfortunately.
The only counter to that is that I saw Jalen Warren and Cordero Patterson both didn't practice today. So and they've been using Najee a lot more in the passing game, which is what he's kind of been best at, or I should say the least bad at in his career. So we'll see. In the running back position, you really just want to chase how many touches they're going to get. That's why Kyron projects well every single week.
I'm not touching him. If he burns me, he burns me.
Yeah, if he comes back to us, we got to take him though. Just so you know. It's just because like the drop off from him to like the next running back is so crazy. Like, do you really want Rachaad White?
No.
Yeah, I mean, in this slate, I'm more apt to take him. I'm not touching him in a dog bowl.
This guy's going to take him here, though.
I don't know.
He is. He knows ball.
He's going to go White.
No shot. 0%.
We'll see. The suspense is killing me.
I know, it really is. Oh, Drake London.
Oh, London.
So this is Najee for me, and then whatever you guys want to do. The tier here is pretty... Like, I'm fine with Evans, Pickens, or Fields.
I like Pickens.
Do you?
I do. Pickens has been one of the best route runners.
He's been good, yeah.
All right, we'll do Pickens.
And Pickens is not that Evans isn't healthy, but he keeps showing up on the injury report, which just scares me a little bit. 31-year-old wide receiver. Pickens has been, I think he was the second highest yards separator so far through 4 weeks, which if Justin Fields looks as he had the last couple of weeks throwing the football, Pickens is going to just explode one of these weeks. And we saw it last year a couple times, 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's only a couple guys that are capable of doing that, and I think he's one of them.
Yeah, so I'd like to get Fields. He's by far the highest projected quarterback on this slate. I don't think he's going to fall back to us, but that would be very nice if he did.
If he does, I know our next 2 picks.
The Sims actually have, or not the Sims, the projections actually have Baker above these two, but I was just getting so much Baker, I pushed him down a little bit to try and switch it up a little bit.
Baker's been great. Oh, Ferguson was going to be who I was going to say.
He's a good pick.
So can we just recap our team? We have Najee, CeeDee Lamb, and Pickens. Is that right?
So this is an easy
So
Fields.
it has to be Fields, yeah.
Easy Fields for sure. And then what's our other pick? Let's think it through. Okay. I like Dowdle. But with CeeDee Lamb, is that bad against Pitt?
Rachaad White is just the pick here. He's going to project so much better.
Okay.
Not only is he going to, he does.
It's a scary pick.
Yeah, it's all right. Any Rodgers since he's barely getting drafted? I mean, I think that's fine because, like, let me see what the projection is. I don't even remember. I don't think he's projected that much different than the other guys who are getting drafted, so I think it's fine. But it's not like I'm targeting him. It's not like he's like a smash. I'd mix him in.
The only difference, though, is that Fields is the only running quarterback on the slate. So I think there's a huge tier between him and everyone else if he just gets 80 yards and a touchdown on the ground.
Yeah, I haven't really checked my exposures, but I'm sure I have a shit ton of Fields. I just haven't pushed up pretty far.
Rightfully so. If it was me, I would probably rank them just in my own rankings. I'd probably go Fields, Darnold, Dak, Baker, Kirk, and Rodgers. That would be how I would rank the quarterbacks.
This guy goes double tight end. Fucks us.
No, it's okay.
No, it's not.
Let me see who's available, and I'll tell you.
No, it's gross.
Why would you go double tight end with this slate? Or do you think that's is that sharp?
Oh, we can get Mr. Tyler. Fantastic.
It depends on double tight end. Like if let's see, I don't know who's available. Like because when you go Kate Otten here, first of all, I would pick Freiermuth over Otten. Don't know about that, but I mean Ray McLeod projects for way better than all these tight ends. So I would just take Ray.
Yeah,
right. I like that team.
That's a good team right there.
Let's do 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I like these. These are fun. And we got a game on tonight. I don't think we picked anyone in the game tonight, funny enough, but gives us hope for the weekend.
Yeah, there you go. In this game, duds.
So we have, what do we have here? The 102? Not bad.
Wow, something different finally. Nice.
Is this an Aaron Jones pick for you every time at 102? Because he probably won't come back to us.
In all my ranks, I've had him at all my runs of drafts. I've had him at 2.
He's a great running back. He's a good football player, that man. So we will take him.
Get my exposures to update so I can get it. I probably have 50 or 60% Aaron Jones.
How do you update your exposure? For me, it just kind of stops.
You have to do it once every hour, and then you have to. There's a trick that makes it work sometimes. If you hold refresh, it sometimes works. But yeah, it's just every hour.
I feel like I know who I'm drafting, so I don't really need it. It's just fun to see once I'm done.
Oh, I can tell you guys in 2 minutes. Also, I forgot that I reserved 2 DraftKings lineups for tonight yesterday. So we have to. I just have them all blank. So we have to build.
Nice. Oh, good. And I also did my homework, or did our homework for us, where I came up with building out a FanDuel lineup.
Did you?
For one of our. I didn't submit it, but I'll mention it. I mentioned my top 3 players at each position.
All right, I'm highly compelled.
We're on the clock here. He goes Jefferson. So this.
Smash Lamb.
CD is just so good, man. I can't believe, I think the underdog projections have Jefferson above him, but
they do.
I don't agree with that.
I agree.
Even against Pittsburgh? That doesn't scare you?
No, I think, if the Cowboys can't run the ball, they're going to have to throw it 35 times. And without Brandon Cooks especially, it's going to be 20 targets to Lamb. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. And then 10 to Ferguson.
Who you got for FanDuel? That's what I need a little help with.
I got you.
I'm wondering too.
I'll after this draft, I'll give you my top 3 players at each position. I don't have the actual prices here. I was just doing it off of the website.
Oh,
before the stream.
That's not what we need.
But they are feasible. It's under 50K if you match the right combo.
This to me is a London pick.
London.
I like London and Najee if he falls.
See, to me, this is why I have Najee, because this guy can only take 2 receivers, and we get one of the 3 here.
Okay, I'll take Najee and then whichever's left.
Oh, I'm turning you guys. You guys like Najee now. We're back.
Well, I said he's playing the Cowboys on Tuesday's stream, which it makes me more excited than I normally would.
This is exactly we said the same thing against Indianapolis. I mean, it's Groundhog Day. how many times are we going to be bitten the ass by the same thing?
And Pickens here.
Do we want Pickens with Najee?
I also like Berg a lot.
Yeah, didn't we have that in the last draft too?
We didn't have.
See, that's why we could have taken London.
If you want,
we got 2 Steelers again.
You like Dak CD.
I'm good with Ferg.
Garrett Wilson?
Never.
So my top exposures are actually Jake Ferguson, 57%, Aaron Jones, 51%, Fields, 47%, Mooney, 47%, Najee, 44%.
Wow. High, really high.
Yeah, I'm on the Najee train. Well, I'm on the Najee train because the projection said he's good. That's pretty much it. But yeah, the percentages are much higher in these because it's only 4 people. So base is 25% instead of 17%.
The only time I would be excited about Najee is in a matchup where he's playing a bottom 5 rushing defense where none of the other running backs on the roster are healthy, which is literally this week. They have to keep him out there whether they want to or not.
And what happens if he flops? What will the narrative be?
Then his projection's going to go down. Then we'll be good for next week. By week 17, we'll be good.
What's Garrett Wilson's projection for week 5, Eric? After we make this pick, let me know.
It's not good.
Good.
11.3.
That's still way too high. That's more than his highest game all season.
On the clock here.
I like Mooney.
I also like Mooney.
Okay. Sorry, Anthony, we didn't involve you there.
No, I like that one.
I also have a lot of Ray McLeod for some reason.
Ray is a good football player. He falls into that category.
Bucky goes before Rachaad White.
That's not surprising.
Not crazy.
And now, if you want, we can wait on Dak, probably.
Yeah, I would agree.
And then whoever you want to take here.
I'm good with White, I guess. It's not. I'd rather have Rico, but we can't have 4 Cowboys.
Tuna says Rodgers will force feed Wilson this week.
And it will result in 5 for 40 and a fumble lost, like we saw last week.
The week he goes off, people are going to come in here very upset with you.
Why? Every every dog has its day. Wilson will score points one day, but I mean, the 95% of the time I'm saying it, don't shit on me when I'm wrong. The one time. If you can remember how many great games Garrett Wilson's had, that's the problem. Because I don't remember how many great games CeeDee Lamb has because it's every goddamn week.
Well, this year it's like one.
It will be every goddamn week. After the bye, that's when they hit their stride.
Dak is falling, which is good. Would you guys go Fields over Dak here if he fell? He's going to project better.
I think just because we have CD and Ferguson, I would probably still go Dak.
It's also weird in the primetime slates where like stacking it's not the same as like the main slate.
I just think with
like you don't think there's as much emphasis, are you saying?
So Fields projects for 19 points, Dak for 16, which is a pretty significant difference.
Oh, wow. All right. I'm down for Fields if you want. It's just, does it hurt our upside with Najee already, though? Fields doesn't really throw it to the running back. Like,
the thing is, it doesn't really matter in these slates, like the correlation, because, like, so correlation, Fields goes anyway, so we'll take Dak.
Okay.
But, like, with correlation, like, yes, it's important. Yes, you should do it even in these slates, but, like, it's not, like, if you don't do it, your team is dead, just because so many weird things can happen when it's just 3 games, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Let's build this fucking DraftKings lineup. Get this out of the way.
Wait, before we do, I want to just give my top 3 players at each position for the FanDuel lineup that we were requested for. I'll give my top 4 quarterbacks: Love, Lamar, Purdy, and Trevor Lawrence. If you missed the beginning first 5 minutes of the stream, I talked a little bit about him in the Colts matchup. So rewind that if you wanted to see that. Running back, Jordan Mason has to be on the roster. Kenneth Walker and Derrick Henry. Not sure how expensive Henry is specifically.
It's going to be very expensive.
Wide receiver, Reed, Deontay, and I like Wicks. And a sneaky one to make this lineup possible. Love Darius Slayton this week. Without Malik Neighbors projected to play, Slayton's a deep threat against a suspect defense. I would expect Witherspoon on Seattle to play against Wandale. So I think Slayton could just kind of break one loose for like a 60-yard touchdown. So that would be like where I would punt the position if you were. And then Brian Thomas Jr. we talked about. And then tight end, I like Kraft, Eric All, and Colby Parkinson.
Sounds like they're punting the tight end. I love it.
Successful.
Yeah. So all right. So this is for the Showdown slate tonight. So it's 21,000 people. Do you guys know anything about like Showdown on DraftKings?
No.
I mean, I play the FanDuel version, which is it's the same. What, you get 1.5 for like your king or your whatever? Yeah, your captain is you get 1.5 their points, but it's different than FanDuel, so their salary is 1.5x.
Ooh.
Okay, that is different.
It's a little bit different in that way. And another like interesting wrinkle with this is like it's important to avoid like having the most duplicated lineup. So like if everyone's playing like the same like 5 people, you don't want that because like then you have to split whatever it is that you win if you get first. You want the team that's most likely to win and least likely to be drafted by other people. It's a little confusing, but
no, it makes sense. It's like the guy, who's that guy, Barner from Seattle,
right?
Got drafted. It's kind of like that same concept a little bit.
Yeah, except for in the showdowns, it's a lot more important. Like we talk about like scrolling down on Underdog, but like so if you look at like a top players like lineups on DraftKings, they'll have like probably out of 150 lineups that they max, it'd probably be like 120 of them are unique, where like none of them are duped at all. And like if you look at like a normal person who just randomly enters 150, they'd probably have like 10 or 15 that aren't duped. So it's like hard to build a not duped lineup that's still like decent.
It seems like a big piece of that is going to be who you decide to be El Capitan.
Yes and no, because like you still need the captain that's going to score a shit ton of points. Just because like that's the way it is. Like it's hard to really like go down and be like, oh, I'm going to play. Is that Sterling Shepard?
Yep.
Oh my God, Sterling Shepard's on the Bucks. That's crazy. It's not, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to play Sterling Shepard. He gets 3 points, and I have the nuts everywhere else. You still lose. Like, so you need like something from there. It's
okay.
So
to me, I have a pretty good idea of how I want to build this team.
Okay.
Let's
build it. I'll tell you,
Brian, because you haven't done this. You haven't done this at all,
Not
right?
once.
Okay, because I've done this before, so I'm curious to know Brian's approach versus people who have done it before.
Also, I just want the record to show that I am not good at these games. Like, I am much better at Underdog. Like, take my advice with a grain of salt here.
I don't know. I can't tell you who I want to put at El Capitan right now. I just want to build the team and then figure it out. So quarterback, I want Baker.
It's all flex. You don't have to put a quarterback.
Yeah.
I know. I want Baker.
Okay.
I want Mooney. I would like Kate Otten.
You can also play kickers and defenses in these.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
No, it's not. It's the worst.
Okay, so I have 29 grand left. That's good. I can get 3 good players here.
Yeah.
I like Bijan. And 2 more, 19K left. I would rather have Godwin this week over Evans.
And then flex.
And then flex Captain for 94.
So these are all backup quarterbacks here. So we don't.
Okay, that's not good. I'll take Young Ho Koo.
Not a captain.
I didn't say I was going to build a captain. I was just wanting the team.
Okay. It's going to be over salary, but no, it's not. Oops. Okay. Right, so this lineup would be very duped, by the way.
No, really?
Yeah, this is a pretty common lineup.
But think about it like, let me pull up the projections. But if you think about it like this, if Godwin's captain, pretty much every lineup who has Godwin captain is going to have Baker also in the flex, right? And if you have Baker in the flex, you're probably going to double stack. You probably want Kate Otten too. And then with the salary you have left, it's like, I'm just going to jam Bijan, Mooney, and then whatever's left.
The guy who I would put up top for El Capitan would probably be Cotton. If he scores 2 touchdowns, he'll win you the week.
Yeah, see, like this is just like that, and then it gets thin really, really quick with this lineup.
You do not want Kate Otten as your captain.
Yeah, because what's his ceiling?
I don't know. What if he scores 2 touchdowns?
15 points. You probably still don't win. You probably need 20.
Your 25? Captain, because you get 1.5. Your captain, you legitimately want probably 30.
Okay. So how would you guys build with me having 0?
I mean, if you have this as your roster, let's just pretend this was your roster. And like Eric said, this would be duped quite frequently. But if this was going to be your roster, you would have Baker as your captain.
Really? Eric, do you agree?
I'm trying to find where ETR has their showdown projections. Give me 20 seconds. Talk about the players.
Is there a player that I didn't select that you would include in the lineup, Anthony?
I don't think it's a bad lineup. I mean, in my approach, I would probably see. Here's the thing. So when you look at this type of a game, right? So this, with DraftKings, obviously 1 game slate. You what you do depends on what your take on the game is, right? So you clearly if I didn't even ask you okay, what do you think is going to happen in this game, just based off your lineup that you just have right here, this to me tells me you think Tampa Bay is going to win the game because you have Tampa's quarterback, Kate Otten, Godwin. You do have Mooney and Robinson, but then you also have Atlanta's kicker, which makes me think, okay, if you have Atlanta's kicker, you're expecting them to kick field goals, not score touchdowns. So to me, this would signal, okay, you think Tampa's going to win this game. I just personally, I kind of swing the other way. I think Atlanta's going to win tonight. So I think you're probably more likely to see lineups duped to have Baker than Kirk Cousins. So for me, I would be anchoring my lineup around Kirk Cousins actually in this showdown. That's just me personally. And I'd have to build out what I think my actual full lineup would be, but I would actually have Kirk. It is possible too, just as an FYI, I don't know if you knew this or not, but if you think the game's just going to be an absolute, just total shootout, 42-29, like that Detroit-Seattle game was, you could have Baker and Kirk. There's nothing against having both the quarterbacks. You're allowed to do that. So, it just depends on kind of how you think the game script is actually going to play out tonight.
So yeah, with double quarterback, it's typically the most duped lineups have both quarterbacks. That's just kind of the way it is because people who don't know what they're doing just jam in both quarterbacks. But some interesting data from ETR. So they expect 38% of lineups to be 3 Atlanta, 3 Tampa Bay, which is what you have. So it's pretty popular. Whereas if you do a 5-1, it's only if you have 5 Tampa Bay, it's only 3% used, whereas
Right.
5 Atlanta is 8% used.
I think
So
you're
that gives you a
better
lot of-
off. Yeah, no, I think you're better off like going all in, like balls to the walls with one team.
Yeah, so Kate Otten is projected to be 2.6% owned to captain, which isn't bad. Trying to look at everyone else. So the most owned players, like in total, are Bijan 63%, Baker 61%, Drake London 51%, and then Kirk 49%.
Okay, so I only have 2 of the top 4 most owned, and the captain is only at 2%. El Capitan.
Yeah, I'm not letting you put.
All right.
put
And for
Kate Otten.
those that are just joining the stream, we're only doing 2 lineups here. We're going to come back to underdogs shortly. Eric just has to do 2 of these lineups for the week.
So I think what I would want to do if I was building this, because like this, so this is like I said, 20,000 people. We can get more chalky with the. I did a smaller one too. We can get chalky with the smaller one. It's only like 2,000 people, I think. But since it's 20,000 people, I would want to do. Let me get the ownership first. So Mooney is only going to be 5% owned and captain, and I think he could go off. So I'll have him a captain.
El Capitan.
And I'm going to want to have Kirk Cousins with that for sure. I feel like no one's going to play Pitts. So that makes me want to play Pitts, even though he looked horrible.
He is the Pitts.
So I'll go with Pitts.
He's way
How
down.
low is he? Oh my God. That is crazy.
Yeah. No, I noticed that earlier too.
You got-
McLeod's only 3,400.
So you're going to have an extra $5,000 to spend.
Yeah, and then no one's going to have this lineup. That's kind of like a strategy
I
people
see.
using.
I guess my only hesitation with that, and just a thought. I mean, obviously, you feel free to counter, but if you're going all in on Atlanta with Cousins, Pitts, Mooney, Falcons defense, that's fine. I feel like that's fine. Does it make sense to have Koo though?
Yeah, that's fair. What about if we just went Bijan instead? Just fully went for it.
I like that.
Let's do it. And we'll do one more.
And Big Snacks asks, do you feel like for the primetime slates, you like to get every game in a draft, or is it just him? He's happy if he has a good player from each team. Do you guys have the data? Eric, do you have the data offhand about what it says is the most optimal way to win?
I don't have the data, but I would assume that trying to get one player from each team in every draft is not good. I would say like the way to do it is try and do like different things in each draft, like get like a game stack in this draft, a team stack in this draft, get everyone separate in this draft. I wouldn't go crazy on one of them. I think that's one of the benefits of like auto drafting the primetime slates, where it's like you can get some weird combos that people wouldn't normally pick, as opposed to like if you're hand drafting, like people have a tendency, like Snack said, to try and get like a player from each game.
What if you put Koo as the El Capitan and it was just a 12-9 game?
We're not doing that.
I'm just trying to be.
It just never works. It's never
Okay.
optimal. With
I
that.
mean, I don't really know. I don't know any of it. I've never logged
Yeah.
into this site
No, I
before,
know.
so
Yeah, it's never optimal. So you guys can build this one. I won't just say anything.
go ahead, Anthony.
Who do we want captain?
Well, what did we do? Did we do Mooney the last one, the captain?
Yeah,
Is that what we
Mooney
did?
captain.
Well, I mean, again, I like Atlanta tonight, so I would just lean somebody from Atlanta. But I mean, Brian, I know you kind of think Tampa's going to win. I mean, if you want, I mean, we just did there was one that was heavy
Chicago.
Atlanta, so if you want to do one that's more Tampa centered, I'm cool with that.
I'm good with that.
I feel like Godwin's going to be pretty commonly owned as captain, though. No,
I feel like after last week, Evans will
12%.
probably be higher.
12. Okay.
Evans is 11, so it's basically a wash.
Okay. So we need Baker then, right?
Would you have the nuts to do like Bucky Irving?
I would.
I would,
as
yeah.
captain? Yeah.
No,
as
Oh,
captain?
Capitan.
I don't think I have that in me.
Ooh,
I'm sure that's got to be pretty low.
that's got to be low.
3%.
What's up, Meatwad? GM.
Meatwad,
Thanks for
how
Oh,
you
good
doing?
morning,
dropping
Meatwad.
in. Missed you last stream.
And what else we got here?
Bucky,
6,000 left per
Mayfield,
player. We
Godwin.
got to punt a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you want a cheap Falcon, yeah, Algier's good. Or I was going to say Raymond McLeod at 3,400.
Yeah,
That seems criminal,
it kind of is. Yeah,
right? I mean, he's
DraftKings
not
is full
he's
PPR too.
solid.
That helps him. And 2 more spots. We have 7,800 average left.
You want to go defense for one, and then
I would
like,
go defense or kicker, whatever you guys think.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know what scores the most
Yeah,
points.
people
Is this
sleep on the
also
defenses
full?
and kickers a little bit, but
Is this full PPR or half?
Full PPR.
Okay.
Like Young Hoku at 5,400. Like I know did we take Pitts in the other one? We did, right?
So
Like,
I would just,
for my money, like Koo might honestly have a better chance of outscoring Pitts tonight. No, that's crazy. But
if we want to go with the
true.
lowest owned, we can't really go with the Buccaneers. We're doing a Tampa Bay stack, but Buccaneers defense is the lowest owned, and then like the kickers and defenses are all kind of even besides them.
Yeah.
we can't
What's
go
up,
Bucks
Coker?
defense.
Toker, what's up, man? Appreciate
What's
you
up?
stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for commenting. We appreciate the support.
Oh, we actually can go Tampa. I thought we were
Yeah,
going to back. So let's do Tampa Bay defense. And we got 12K
we
left.
could just fucking smash like I mean, if we want to go like 5-1 and just go balls to the walls, I mean, we could go Mike Evans. Or if you want another Falcon, we could go like Bijan or London or Kirk. Even.
I would say let's do London.
Okay.
Would you rather do that than just have the quarterback though? Or do you think that's going to be just more duped?
Yeah, I think it'd just be really duped.
All right.
I think this looks good.
Let's do it. I want to go back to where I feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's always weird to like switch back and forth.
I don't like it. Let's
You guys
get
want to
back
do
to
one more prime time, and then
We'll
go
do
to
one
main?
more prime time. Yeah, I'm liking the prime time ones. I feel like we're getting some good teams here.
The prime time with three games is so much better in my opinion.
I agree.
People
102.
Oh my god,
again.
Pretty Ricky. You guys know this guy?
No, but I would like to know somebody named Pretty Ricky.
He's the guy on Twitter who tries to break all the trades before they happen, and then he deleted his account because he was wrong.
Ooh, was he Arson Judge?
No, he was saying all summer that Brandon Ayuk was going to get traded to the Steelers specifically.
He said that before it was like a report, like
Yeah, like all summer.
Season. Oh, that's
and he was like, "Oh, like I told you guys I was right," like, and then it didn't happen. Yeah, he broke Ayuk to the Steelers, and that just never happened.
I think you could just stop the sentence after the word Ayuk. He broke Ayuk.
Yeah, maybe.
So we have the 102. If Pretty Ricky is feeling a little ugly, hopefully he'll go Justin Jefferson so we can get Lamb, who I think we all kind of assume is going to project the best out of the people in the slate this week.
This is a good lobby. We got to take advantage of this because there's not a lot of red badges.
Well, there's 3 out of 4, right?
Well, this guy's a silver. This guy's a silver. That's worse.
Yeah, we can get Lamb. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
There we go. We don't have to reach for Aaron Jones this time.
Nice. I would love if we can get Aaron Jones on the way back. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think we might because, like I said, this lobby doesn't really know what they're doing.
Because I'm assuming they're going to be stupid and go Bijan and then Brees.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go, Bijan and then Brees. And this guy's not going to want to double. These guys aren't going to want to double running back, I would imagine. I could see them reaching on like a Drake London because he's a beautiful player but doesn't score that many points. Let's see if I can predict the rest of this draft. That'd be pretty fun.
Oh, no, he did go Jones.
Gave him too much credit. The one without a badge is making good picks. That's funny.
It's a good name, Heat Dog.
Heat Dog. Similar to Meat Wad.
I wonder if they're friends.
Maybe.
And again, we're in the situation where we can do Najee if we want and then get whatever receiver falls.
Najee's just falling to us in every one of these freaking drafts, and it's tearing my heart out.
Let's do it.
It just makes so much sense there. Like,
it does.
Tell me the value over replacement doesn't work perfectly.
I can't because we still get 3 wide receivers with 2 picks between us.
And we'll be here next week, and he'll have 10 carries for 25 yards, maybe if he's lucky.
Meat Wad said that he was his lost half cousin. That's funny. Heat Dog and Meat Wad
and Evans.
Oh, nice.
We could also do Fields or Ferg here. My normal ranks have Pickens below them both, just so you guys know. I was just adjusting as we went.
I'm good with either of those two. I'm good to pass Pickens right now and see if he can come back to us.
Let's do Fields.
Okay. Never say no to Fields.
Same.
Not true. It seems like the tight end is a pretty obvious like Ferg or punt, but no one seems to take him where if I was drafting in this, I would probably take him in the 3rd round because the value of the other players, they're probably just going to score a third of the points that he has.
I actually like Kate
These are my
tonight.
exposures.
I think Kate Otton's going to sneakily score like 15 points.
I did more of these than I usually do, so these are my exposures. I feel good about these. Like the top 3 is pretty much what I wanted.
Yeah,
I'm trying to just mix and max everything else. The only thing I'm afraid of is
a lot less 4% Justin Jefferson. Yeah,
and a lot of
that could bite you.
And a lot of Mooney. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't really know how that happened. On the clock here.
For
Yeah. Easy.
Let's say our team. Fields, Najee, Lamb, Ferg. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, going very heavy. Well, yeah, we're all Dallas and Steelers right now.
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess, I mean, in this type of format could be good, right? I mean, just kind of going all in one game.
Yep. Like I said, it doesn't really matter like what you do. Like nothing. People always joke like nothing matters, but like it's kind of true where nothing matters. Like pick the players who score the most points and then you win.
You want Mooney or White here, Eric?
I know you like Dowdle, so we can try and get Dowdle.
I do. But we already have Lamb and Ferg. I don't know if I want to take 3 of them without Dak.
You want to do White then?
I'm good with White. I really liked Algier. I was going to suggest him if he fell. I think he's going to get a lot more work this week than people expect.
Yeah, I saw ETR guys. Levitan was saying that Bijan was like on the injury report last week and then on the injury report again this week, and they have a short week, so it might be like an Algier week just to like take some of the load off. I do think that's a good take there, actually.
Yeah.
You don't sound so surprised. I've been right since we've been doing this the last 3 weeks.
I have 0 Tyler Algier in my exposures.
Oh, that's a bad look. He out-touched Bijan last week.
Yeah, but he's just not as good. Like, I know people think he is, but he's not.
Is this a pretty clear Mooney for you?
He might be better than Najee.
We could still go Rico. Like, it doesn't matter.
I think I like Bucky more than Rico.
We already have Rashad, though. We can't go running back. We have 2 running backs.
Right. I'm good with either.
So Mooney.
I'm sure Mooney.
Josh said his friend got Dak, Brees, Najee, CD, Drake, and Pitts.
Oh, well, Pitts, it's dead, so.
Pitts is dead. Brees doesn't score. Najee's ass. Drake London's decent, and CD and Badak are elite together.
All right, let's do one more and get Tyler Algier no matter what. Because I
agree.
I'm curious what his projection is. I don't know why I don't have any of him. It's probably a really bad projection.
I don't think we've seen one draft with Braylon Allen yet, right? I guess it's not shocking, but
man, we should just punt the running back position and then just go after Braylon
Allen and Tyler Algier. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You know the like
reaching for Najee.
It's just so hard to make up those points. Like, what's Braylon Allen?
What points are you making up? He scored 5 last week.
Look at what Bijan and Brees scored the last 2 weeks.
What do you need to make up?
What's Braylon Allen ceiling?
Probably 15.
That's literally Najee's projection. Like,
well,
what are we doing?
The projection.
But the difference is you're taking Najee in the 2nd or 3rd, and you can get these guys in the 5th and 6th.
The projection.
It must be his family members running these projections because when was the last time you actually thought he was going to score 15 points?
So
Algier, Najee's game log this season. I'm curious what it is. Like what the numbers.
I think he has. He's played 4 games. I don't think he has more than 30 fantasy points. I think he's averaging like 8 or 9.
Look at the opportunities.
He's got to score eventually. Hasn't scored a touchdown yet.
They don't score touchdowns.
And
if they do, Fields runs it in.
What do you guys want to do?
Aaron Jones scores the most points. I like.
You don't have a lot of Jefferson though. You don't have much Jefferson exposure.
We do Jefferson. We just like fade my team and just do like Jefferson, Algier, like all the players I'm not picking.
Right.
This will be the one that wins.
Yep.
As everyone expected.
So Crutch has posted his exposures in Discord. He has 70% Aaron Jones and 67% Najee.
Ugh. Wow.
I mean, it makes sense, like, because we're using the same projection. So, like, if we don't have similar exposures, it's kind of concerning. So his top 3 is Jones, Najee, and Mooney. And let's see what I think Nez posted his too. He's more of a ball knower, so he has the most Pickens, Jefferson, and then Aaron Jones.
Yeah, makes sense.
What's his Najee exposure?
He's a Steelers fan, so might be biased.
Might be low because he watches him every week.
26%.
Yep, exactly. Somebody who actually watches the team does not want him. Makes sense to me.
Tuna also said that he saw Allen today, and it was their only running back. Yeah, I would be curious to see how that team shook out. It must have been stacked at the other positions, I'd imagine.
We want to do Godwin here?
I mean, do we do Najee and then the same 3 things?
Well, you told me we didn't want to do Najee.
Okay, I'm fine.
On running back.
I'm fine with that. I'll take Godwin.
If Najee falls back to us, though, what do we do?
You're going to make us take him, and I'm okay with it. The whole way I project running backs is just who's going to get the most touches. Najee's averaging 9.5 fantasy points per meat wad, and I don't think he's scored a touchdown yet this year.
Yeah, that's bad. Both of those.
We're on the clock. I mean,
Let's
this seems
go.
like London for sure.
Really? Okay.
I kind of like this team with no running backs early.
Oh.
Of course you do.
Najee averaging 9.5 fantasy points, and then he has the best matchup in the world. Like, we're good.
Yeah, he did look bad last week. To Anthony's credit,
And
though.
then that tweet I sent you from Zaire Franklin, that was funny.
I didn't see it.
About how he was saying he was soft.
He said Najee was soft.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I have Zaire in our dynasty league as my IDP, so hopefully he tackles him a lot this week.
One running back builds with Cordero Patterson. Ship it.
That would be
Is
awesome.
he playing?
I actually
don't
like
think
that
he's
if he
gonna play.
plays. Oh,
He's
damn,
not
that's
gonna play.
unfortunate.
So that's why Najee's projection is so high. That makes sense. All right.
That's
Come
what
on, guys.
I'm
Stop
saying.
spreading fake news to me. What are we doing?
I told you that he was the
You
only.
only said that at the top.
We said it.
Oh,
I said it's irrelevant. If he's bad, he's bad.
All
Do
right,
we
we're on the
go?
clock.
I like quarterback here.
Who do you want?
I think I want Darnold.
Yeah, either him or Kirk.
Well, makes sense. I have no Darnold. We're fading me.
It's funny because this team that you had like none of, Eric, when we were in the lobby earlier at like 6 o'clock, this was like basically my team. It was like Darnold, Jefferson. I had so many Vikings.
That's funny.
Snack said that somebody just took use check in a hurry up he's doing. Holy crap.
That's getting tossed. See you later.
Imagine use check scores 2 touchdowns on accident.
She's Wandale. They get touches, but don't do much with it. That's actually.
I actually don't
Mikael
mind
Bridges.
Wandale. I mean, in like full PPR. Hell, I mean, if it's in full PPR, if he catches 10 balls for 60 yards, that's 16 points right there.
You want to do Fryermuth
Give me the Muth.
or Dowdle? I know you said you like Dowdle, Brian.
Oh, give me Dowdle first.
I'm cool with that.
Dowdle has slowly increased his usage as their RB1 there every single week.
Yeah, he's the guy.
And look at that. We could get Bucky or Braylon Allen as like our second running back. And then look at our
We don't-
freaking receivers. We've got Jefferson, Godwin, London. This is a way better team than having Najee in the second round. Come on.
But like, here's the
way
thing.
better.
It's
I
like,
wait.
I know
Can I
it's
rebut
like
this?
that.
Because I know what you're going to say. You're going to say
Yeah.
that running backs always project higher than a wide receiver.
Yes.
But
if-
that doesn't mean that they're going to score the most points, though.
I mean, score the most points.
It means that they're most likely to.
So here's the thing: if you don't take a running back in the first round, like let's compare us to. I mean, I wouldn't draft any of these teams, but like so Bijan's projected for let's say 16 points. And Bucky's projected for what?
No.
5, 6?
9?
No, not that many. 5, 6. So that's like 10
No.
points you're losing. Where if you take like Jefferson to Addison, that's like 5 or 6 points. And like there's only so much projection you can make up.
But I also think there's a very high likelihood when you look at the top couple of receivers, like particularly as it pertains to Lamb or Jefferson. I get what you're saying, and I understand you're living and dying by the projection, which is kind of like the point of what we're doing here. But at the same time, like either of those guys could easily have like a 35-point week. Whereas like Najee Harris, I think there is literally a -% chance that is going to happen on Sunday.
I mean, you can't see that happening when he's going to get 20, 25
No.
carries. You don't see him falling to the end zone.
When
twice.
was the last time somebody do a lookup for me of his game log? When was the last time he even had 20 fantasy points? Like, let's just say half PPR. When was the last time he had 20?
I'm sure it was.
I'm sure it was last year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably with Big Ben.
but I'm saying out of like all the running backs this season, like starting running backs, probably most of them have had like a 20-point game already, or like at least half. And Najee probably hasn't had it since like week 12 of last year.
Week 17 and week 18, 24 points back-to-back weeks.
I see 24 and 21.
All right.
Okay, well, that was full PPR. So
Oh, okay.
it's fake.
Najee's a Yeti in the winter. Nobody wants to tackle that man. I'm going to tell you guys we should be drafting him in the last like 5 weeks of the season every week.
Hunter Lipke erasure.
Oh, Goatnap's in this draft.
Oh,
All
what's
right.
up, Goatnaps? How you doing?
Nice.
Come back to the stream.
Thanks for hopping in. Oh, nice. He's picking right in between us. He can take Fields as his quote unquote auto pick.
No,
again.
we're in BR, main BR. We're done with.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah. Those were his only 20-point games of the season, though, when it mattered.
Oh, thank you. Goat Naps, welcome in.
What up? So,
like,
the
thing is, like, wasn't Jalen Warren being used all season last year? He was getting like 50% of snaps. Now he's going to get 100. If he was averaging 12 points last year, that's an easy 24 points this year now. That's basic math.
I think his confidence is hurt. I think he's demoralized.
I think he's strong-willed.
Nope, he's not.
Justin Fields QB1.
They said Patterson runs harder. The Colts said Patterson ran harder last week. At 35 years old, a former punt returner, turned wide receiver, turned running back. That's the guy who's a better runner than the kid that went to Alabama.
We're on the clock.
Oh, got to take Nico.
Okay.
Nico, and then hope Debo falls back.
Now he's going to go.
Oh, shit. And hope Metcalf falls back, I meant.
He's got 2 picks in a row.
He's going to go Metcalf because that's a better play. Not take Debo.
The projections aren't factoring in his morale decrease from being told he's soft.
Right, exactly.
The projection we have to say this every week. The projections don't know ball.
The projections don't know the heart of a man when it's been stomped on and crushed.
They don't have a dog factor. Did you guys see what? Did you guys see what? What's Travis Kelce's brother's name? Jason Kelce said about stats. I
heard it was a viral video. What did he say?
He said stats are for nerds. Something I don't want to butcher it. Like stats are for nerds. Nerds are losers. Something funny like that.
Oh wow. And Goatnap said he's trying to dodge the allegations. Well, we appreciate the Debo fall, but yeah, I understand. 35% Debo already, wanting to diversify just in case. I really don't know, like in all sincerity, I don't know who the Giants are going to put on Metcalf. I don't know if there's a single player on that defense that can stop him in open space. So I would not be surprised if he goes for like 110 and 2.
I saw a tweet the other day, and it reminded me of, I know you guys aren't big into college, but it reminded me of like 5 years ago when Ole Miss had DK Metcalf and A.J. Brown at the same time. And I don't know how teams stopped that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how Ole Miss didn't actually like make the playoffs at all when they had that.
Said, stats are numbers. Numbers are nerds. Nerds are losers. It's incredible.
That's a good stat. Or a good quote, I mean.
That's a good stat.
Tuna asks a question pertinent to our upcoming pick. Kittle did not practice again today. Does that mean anything to either of you?
Yeah, it does. I'm scared. I wouldn't take him yet.
I also don't understand why Neighbors went so early because he's unlikely to play, and he just went in the second round. Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of foolish. I think Deontay's is fake. I think he's going to play.
Deontay practiced
to play. Yeah, he should play. So. Do we know the situation with? Not that we're going to take him right now or anything, but do we know the situation with Jonathan Taylor yet?
He's not going to play.
He's not playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
My ranks would say to pick Kincaid here.
I'm okay with Kincaid.
Yeah.
So you guys have a preference?
Nope. I like that.
And then I like this here.
Yeah, no, this is good.
This is an interesting build.
Yeah.
It's a good build.
And then we're going to want to do this at the end too.
Yep.
Although I feel like we're going against the grain because didn't we discuss, I know we're not doing dog bowl right now, but I'm just saying like, didn't we discuss how like it's usually not optimal to go back-to-back receiver to start?
That's more dog bowl. It's a lot different because of the scarcity. But yeah, that is good to know. I didn't even remember that.
This is a Chuba pick for me.
Yeah. Yep.
And Snack said that in that same draft where Juszczyk got drafted, Bateman and Jake Tongs also got drafted.
I don't even know who that is.
Who is?
I've honestly I know a lot about like, the dynasty players and like random players that you've never heard of. I have honestly never heard that name in my life.
Like salad tongs?
I got to look up him now.
Rashad Bateman, though, man, he's somebody who flopped. I really liked him a few years ago, and
also,
he's
just back,
not good.
Tweeted this out. This is just the draft slot average EV.
Wow.
In the main BR.
So 4 is like way more optimal than 3. That's interesting.
Yeah. That's because Kyron, and there's a tier after on the bring back in round 2.
Yeah, it's probably going to be basically because you're way more likely to get Debo at 4 on the way back than if you have the third pick. He's going to go more times than not.
For sure. Oh, snacks. 49er tight end. Yeah, honestly, Kittle not playing or practicing today, that you may not get your $3 back.
Yeah, but you could just the thing is just take Kittle and get the swap
right.
That, but
probably get like Cole Kmet or like Parkinson on the swap or something.
I wouldn't swap to the backup tight end.
But if you would have to draft Kittle in like the 3rd or 4th round now, you're not going to want to spend that capital if you don't think he's going to play.
We'll see. He's going to keep dropping as the week goes on.
So let's just recap our team here, and then I want to talk about Goat Nap too after we fill out the roster. But we have Nico, Debo, Kincaid, and Chuba to start. I like the build. We can wait. We can wait on Purdy because Goat Nap has love. So we have to fill out our roster here with probably a running back here.
We also need a quarterback.
Do you guys think Travis Etienne projects really well? Do you think his projection's fake?
I kind of like him.
Oh, you guys are all on the Jacksonville train. Yeah, I forgot.
Right. Yeah. And Brian Robinson didn't practice today.
Yeah, he's not practicing.
Who?
Eckler is kind of interesting.
Brian Robinson didn't practice today.
Eckler compels me.
Yeah, Eckler is interesting.
Not right now, but just, we're
on the
having the back of our minds.
I would take Etienne. I like him. Really? Well, wow, Connor fell a lot. Holy crap.
Not really.
I don't know why he's not getting. He's like Kamara in week 1. Nobody seems to want this guy, but he scores points. I don't get it.
It's because he's an old running back.
So what?
No, I know, but I listen. Who we were talking to? I love the old running backs. I'm just saying that's what people think.
Yeah.
Do you guys want Stroud or Purdy? Sims like Stroud or Sims like Purdy more.
Wow, I'm surprised Stroud fell that far too. I think Purdy's probably less common.
I'll roll with that.
Do that. Tuna said, when Tua comes back, is OBJ worth anything?
OBJ
no.
OBJ is worth about the price of this water bottle.
You guys want to see if it dog bowls?
Well, it depends where you're getting that water bottle from. Is that like a MetLife water bottle? Because that actually could be pretty expensive.
Guys,
this is just a Poland spring bottle from ShopRite.
Oh, okay, then it's not worth much.
We got an immediately filled dog bowl.
Ooh, it's fun. Not everyone.
It doesn't look like it doesn't look like a super strong lobby either.
Yeah, we have the best player in the world here though, Best Ball Viper.
JMC
here, EDN3. He's in everything always.
Yep.
Oh, Herzig. This guy won Best Ball Mania 2, I think.
Nice. Before the draft starts, if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Really helps out the channel grow. We're averaging about 300 views per video over the last couple of weeks, which is super exciting. But only a third of you guys are subscribed to the channel. So you know who you are. I'm looking at you. Don't come in fourth in Dog Bowl. Subscribe to the channel. Spread that good energy.
We're finally picking towards the back half of the first round. I feel like we've always been like either one or in the top few. So I think this is going to be a little interesting to see how things play out. Yeah. Who's our target at 10? Anyone in mind?
Let's see what we got.
Debo, if he falls.
Debo,
yeah, I hope so. What do we think, really quick, because we got a few picks until we're up. So heard today, don't know what the reason is, but Romeo Doubs apparently has like a personal matter, and they're taking it day by day. He may or may not play. Don't know what the issue is with him, but obviously Watson's going to be out. Doubs could potentially be out now. I mean, like, is Jaden Reed, like, is he going to, like, fly up even higher than he is right now, potentially? Same thing with Wicks.
I'd rather have Wicks.
If Doubs is out, he's going to fly up, yes. But, yeah, I think I'm just going to be taking all of them all week, to be honest. I'll mix them all in. I think they're all good.
Yeah, I agree. I think having any of them is probably good.
I'm still going to be taking Doubs. I think it more than likely he'll play, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Wow, Debo goes early, 6.
Yeah, that's the way it goes in these good lobbies.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see the board. We have a couple picks before we select, but I just want to get a sense of who is available here.
I actually like the first 3 guys.
I know.
Hopefully they're not the next 3 picks.
They're probably going to get boxed.
Well, we're going to hope and pray.
No, this guy's going to pick Josh Allen for sure.
Yeah, this is the one clueless guy. Let's see.
Okay.
No. All right.
I'm a little scared of Walker this week. I mean, if he falls, I guess we'll take him because of societal. Yeah, Walker.
Why?
I just think that game. I think the game could get out of hand, And I could see them putting Charbonnet in like in the second half without Neighbors there. JMC's smart. He'll take Walker.
Yeah. Yep. We got boxed out. Damn.
Yeah, I
that really
wouldn't take
sucks.
a quarterback here, personally.
No. I think
I would
Marvin
go-
Harrison's the pick.
Yeah, he's probably the most talented player there.
Yeah.
I don't like the matchup, but
Yeah, that's fine.
what are you gonna do? I think probably the best spot to draft in this is probably the 6th spot, if I had to guess.
I think that's the worst, isn't it?
BR?
Didn't we say that was the worst?
In the 12 mans, though. The 6 is the worst in the 6 man.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I would imagine the 6th spot is probably the best. It's where you can get Debo, and then you have the best pickings of what's left for the first 5
George
picks.
Kittle, number 12. Why? That's a strange pick.
A strange pick.
Allen. It was. George Kittle?
He's going for the onesie position.
If we want to do what Copper was talking about, running back, wide receiver, we could go Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I think that's good.
Is Cook still there?
No, he went.
I mean, if we're going by the data, we don't want to go double wide receiver. That's
Yeah.
just apparently how it shakes out.
I don't know. I don't understand Kittle at 12. Seems interesting.
Kittle at 12 is interesting. He did get hurt towards the end of the game last week, so this injury is not a lingering one from the week prior where he was just questionable. This is a new injury.
Not excited to see what Jake Tongs can do out there.
I got to see if he's available in our Dynasty League.
Where do you think he went to college? Any guesses? I actually have no idea. It sounds like kind of like a Midwestern, like no-name school. I'm going to guess he went to like, I don't know, like Montana.
I'm going to say Minnesota.
I looked it up
Minnesota?
when I was Googling him. No, I looked it up when I was Googling him. He went to Cal.
Okay. Well, they're horrible, but they're not in the Midwest, so.
What's California's mascot?
The Golden Bears.
Sounds like a cooking school. That's funny. Chuba goes 17. Get your guys. I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah, it's all like we also have to remember, like I said for my ranks, like I didn't do any specific dog bowl stuff, so like the positional scarcity stuff is going to be all fucked up. So that's why like before it had like all like tight ends here, like because it's more for the 6 mans. So like just do it more for like order. So like Kincaid is projected higher than Bowers, projected higher for Colby. Like, I wouldn't do it just like pure rankings.
I like Cooper a lot this week. He's not going to fall to us, but
is that a ball nowhere take or is that like a stat?
That's a ball nowhere take of seeing the Washington defense.
Well, I think you had said, was it Eric who had said on the last stream that if you look into the data with Cooper, like he's one of those guys that should have scored a lot more points than what he's actually scored this year. Like positive regression. Is that the right word that I'm thinking?
Yeah, Eric said that. He said that he's expected for way more fantasy points than he's actually scored so far. I agree. If he catches, I'm telling you, if that 80-yard touchdown counted last week, he would have already been drafted at this point.
Pull up the board.
So with
Bowers falls pretty good. I like that. I like the start a lot. Bowers and Henry.
With these 12 mans, what we've come to know is that you really just want to stack as much of these players as you can on the similar team. Like last week, we saw Justin Fields, Pickens, and Freiermuth on the winning team. So I don't know what you guys think about Kyler.
I was going to say that
Conner stack with Marv, but I think that seems good.
It's a bad matchup, but I like where your head's at. You might just have to bite the bullet with the bad matchup, but
I'm okay with that. I don't think it's going to be that common. That's the thing. Like no one is excited about the Cardinals against San Francisco at home in a get-right game for them.
Who do you guys think? So I just found the tweet I was looking for. Who do you think has the most expected fantasy points per game at tight end this year?
Bowers?
No.
He's number 6.
All right.
I'm going to guess Kyle Pitts.
Nope, not even close.
Kincaid?
Nope.
It's got to be somebody weird, right?
No, I'm surprised you guys haven't gotten it.
Colby Parkinson?
McBride?
McBride's number 3. Colby is dead.
Who else is there?
Wow, this is
Kate
shocking.
Otten?
No, not Kate Otten. He's like 8. Wow.
Kelsey?
No, stumped him. You guys didn't get the top 2.
Isaiah Likely?
No. You're thinking too hard. Come back to reality.
All
Sam
right.
Laporta?
Kittle's number 4.
Not only did you stump us,
Laporta.
but you stumped the chat.
Not Andrews.
Oh, God, no, not Andrews.
Jake Ferguson.
Oh, yeah, that's
Seriously?
an obvious one.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Who's 2? Who's 2? Oh,
Goddard,
Goddard.
yep.
Yeah, I should have known that.
Come
Yeah,
on,
that
guys.
one. Goddard was a miss. Ferg, I just honestly forgot about.
And then this was week 4. Kate Otten, Kelsey, Kraft.
Oh, okay. Okay,
think-
maybe I was thinking more recent.
Yeah. And something that I want to do a lot of, like I talked about, is targeting Kelsey while Rashee Rice is out. I think that we're going to get ahead of that. I don't know if the projections are going to adjust fast enough, but we'll see.
The projections will definitely adjust.
Then we got to do it before the projections come out.
Okay. That's why I draft on Tuesdays.
Yep. All right. We are on the clock next.
This seems like a Marv Connor pick. Oh, but I like
that.
Wicks a lot. Like a Connor Kyler. Sorry.
Kyler's still there, right?
Connor goes.
Oh. Ooh.
Do you want to do Kyler? He's still there, right?
We could do like
I
Tucker.
know. I
to
like
go for the
Tucker
full
Kraft.
reset.
I really like Wicks.
All right. We could do Wicks. I don't know why I just didn't see him there. Kind of just looked right by him. I don't know where they have the expected fantasy points. I'm trying to get the wide receivers up. I don't know where they put it on their site, though.
And I like Flowers too this week.
Yeah,
But I don't know
if the fish will fade Kelsey. I agree. I think they're going to just be like, oh, he's washed, he's old, he's fat, like Keenan Allen.
You think so? I would think this. I would agree, but he put up 8
I mean,
for
he was
90
good. Yeah, he was good.
when he was out.
Right.
I think getting ahead of it would have been if it happened at the end of the game and he didn't actually have that decent stat line.
Maybe.
But we'll see.
I don't think Kelsey's like done or anything. My whole take was that they weren't going to ramp him up until close to playoff time. But that being said, like things change in life, and with Rashee Rice now out, obviously Hollywood Brown out for the year too. Like they're going to have to. They need offense. I mean, you got to score. I mean, obviously Pacheco's out, so unless Sky Moore's coming back, which I don't think is happening.
Do you guys care about stacking running back, wide receiver on the same team? Like, yes and no. In the Dog Bowl, we talked about, like, most episodes, how we're more likely to do it in the Dog Bowl just because you don't need to get every player perfect. Whereas, like, if you bet on a team and get the team mostly right, kind of win it that way.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that. We're on the clock, so I'll come back. We'll come back to this in a second. But
Love already go. Oh, someone took Love already.
Yeah, they took him
Kyler?
early.
Kyler,
A little bit less likely to go for Green Bay stack then. That's okay, though.
are we going to? I just don't want us to miss out on Kyler because I feel like that's what we have to do.
I think
if we
he'll
want.
fall.
He'll fall. We're good.
I like Njoku, and I like Flowers. Did Flowers go? He did.
We can do Njoku. I'm panicking.
Don't sound so upset. Njoku's a good pick.
Is he limited yet, or is he still?
He's limited. Yeah,
He's limited.
I think he's gonna play.
Okay. Oh, I saw he did. That's what I saw. I saw he didn't DNP. I saw he DNP today, and I got.
It was a rest day.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Njoku is going to be one of those guys. Talk about getting ahead of the field. If he comes back and is at like a 40% snap share just to kind of get eased in, if this week is when he makes his return, he is going to be somebody that I will have an uncomfortably high exposure to in the next couple weeks. And then to come back to Toker's question about if we care about stacking running back, wide receiver on the same team, what we've seen in the last couple of weeks of teams that have won the Dog Bowl specifically, and only talking about this 12-man draft, we've seen last week Fields, Pickens, and Freiermuth all were on the same team. I know it's not necessarily running back, wide receiver, but we have seen, I think it was week 3, where there was a running back, wide receiver on the same team that had the most points.
Was that Arizona? That wasn't with
I think
Connor
it was
or
Arizona.
Marvin.
I think it was Kyler Connor. Yeah. Or 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was in week 2. I forget when it was, but it does happen. So as Eric said, this is not the time to try to get the nuts on every position. This is just about simply scoring more points than 5,000 other people. And that seems to be the way to do it, at least up until this point.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't change their strategy for the contest they're playing, especially on Underdog. where like you can get a big edge just from doing that. Is Ingram in? Haven't checked. What do you guys think? Limited today, Toker says.
He's limited. I don't expect him back yet.
If coming off a hamstring, I'd be very, very, very surprised if they didn't play him off after like a limited practice. You need a full practice almost always after a hamstring.
He's really not the jag that I'm targeting. I'm looking at Brian Thomas, Kirk, ETN more than Ingram.
I'm curious when I'm looking right now to see when the Jags bye week is. I'm curious if they want to wait, but it looks like it is. It's later in the season, so it wouldn't matter. Yeah, it's in the end of November.
Yeah.
Sometimes teams like AJ Brown with his hamstring, if he could have gone, you knew they weren't playing him last week just because they had the bye week this week.
You guys are gonna like Herzig's team: Derrick Henry, Brock Bowers, and Amari Cooper.
I don't like Henry this week.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I probably would have went Kyron there.
I just think that Henry is the only player in the top 5 or 6 picks that you spend the capital on, where I could see the game script going the wrong way where he just doesn't become involved. The Ravens have shown that they unintentionally get away from running the ball. We saw it in the playoffs. We saw it in week 1 against the Chiefs. I could see if they're trailing or it's a shootout, if they have Justice Hill on the field more, and I don't want to take the risk of that happening.
But my thing is, we're playing for the ceiling. Like, if like you don't not pick someone because the game script might be bad, you pick someone because their game script might be awesome.
I think Kyron can score just as much as Henry if that game script goes how I want it to. And I think I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about Kyron splitting carries with Henry, or Henry splitting carries with Hill, or being on the field at 60% versus.
He's not splitting carries; they're splitting receiving.
They're splitting snaps.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a running back on the field for 80% personally, because then you're betting on efficiency instead of touches, and I will always default to touches over efficiency.
God bless him for taking Trey Sermon and Keenan Allen in back-to-back picks. That is not something I would be excited to do.
I would not be picking Trey Sermon in the 4th round personally, but his projection is good. I don't trust it.
No, you got to be good at football for me to pick you.
Want to increase Pitt's usage for tonight?
I've heard that for 2 years. Every week.
You have to be good at football to increase your usage.
Arthur Smith was so funny last year when like Pitts would have like a 1-for-4 game. He was an awesome blocker. He's so vital to the team. We just don't need him when we pass the ball.
Dumb fucking franchise.
Was there news on Rice? I have him in all my redraft. I think Andy Reid said that he's not optimistic about him playing about his knees.
But he's getting more tests done. I'm telling you, they work some weird black magic over there.
What I heard is that they're still waiting for Rice's swelling in his knee to go down, but they did put him on the IR, which I would almost automatically assume that he's going to be done for the year.
I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but the on-field testing for the ACL is just so like it's like 99% accurate. If you suspect an ACL, it's almost always torn. And then like what probably happened was after an ACL, it always swells up, and the MRI was probably inconclusive. So they want to just make sure before they rule him fully out.
Yeah.
We're on the clock here.
This is a Kyler pick.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think he's fine. I mean, I think he's done. It's just so unlikely to get the initial ACL report and not have it actually be an ACL.
Can we do a scroll down for this last pick?
Oh boy, who would you like?
Let's see who's available. Keep scrolling. How nasty would it be if we had Darius Slayton on this team?
That's nasty.
I wouldn't be a fan of it.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I just think there's better scrolls.
I think I'd rather have Tutu.
I'm just queuing some guys who.
Yeah, we're up on the clock in 3 picks.
I thought we liked Roma Dunze this week.
I like the Bears, but I don't know. One target scares me. They just kind of went away. Do we hedge with Hill? If we're not betting on Henry, then we would indirectly be betting on Hill.
I would not do that.
No, definitely not.
Why don't we take? You don't like Wandow? Actually, I actually do like Wandow.
I like not in half PPR. I like Leggett. I think he's good leverage off Deontay too.
Okay, he did get double-digit targets, and I do like Whittington too.
And I called that one.
You did.
Let's do like Javonte. You guys like Javonte or no?
No.
Let's do
Bad.
1 or 2 more BRs, then we'll call it a night and
Bad at the sport of football.
watch the game.
Yeah, chat. Who do you guys like tonight? Give us a winner and a score prediction.
I'll say, what's tonight? Falcons, Buccaneers. I'll say probably 24-10 Bucks.
Anthony, what do you say?
23-20 Falcons.
I'll say I think the Bucks win. I think it's gonna be more of a lower scoring game. I'll say 17-13 Bucks. Falcons 21-20 per Goatnab. Yep. Makes
How's
sense.
20? Does Young Hoku miss an extra point?
Young Hoku is actually from New Jersey. My friend went to school with him and played football with him.
Nice.
Really?
Said he's an absolute freak of nature.
Tuna,
which I can kind of see that.
Yeah. Toker, only one picking the Bucks. Me and Toker riding together.
I like the Bucks this week too. Atlanta has just been a pretty uninspiring team.
Got some friends in here, Goatnapped and Toker.
Nice, Goatnapped. Curious what he says.
Or in Jersey.
Wow. All three of us are from New Jersey, or not from, but all three of us are currently in New Jersey right now. Please don't DDoS us.
Anyone got a Mets update?
I got you. It was 0-0 in the fourth. And it is 0-0 top 5. We're not Mets fans. We're just supporting of the state of New Jersey, New York.
I just want to see them crash and burn.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as fun if they lost in the first round.
Now, I was talking about this before, not on stream, but if the Mets lose today, would you consider them to have made the playoffs, or do you have to get in the DS to make the playoffs?
It's the wild card round. It's the part of the playoffs.
Kyle Pitts, 32-yard catch.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Was it who said it? It was a Tuna that said they want to get him more involved?
Yeah.
They stopped lying after 2 years?
If Pitts goes off tonight, I'll never forgive him. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's not Tuna. You seem to have called.
We took him in one of those DraftKings lineups, though, didn't we? Not as the captain, but we took him.
We're on the clock.
So it's not terrible.
I would take Nico here and then hope that Debo falls again. Seems to be, or Reed. I'm good with either of those.
Up to you guys. I'm good with any of these three.
Anthony, do you have a preference in pick?
Want to go Reed and just kind of do something a little different?
Sure.
Yeah, born in Bayonne, moved to Howell.
Daniels.
Nice.
Toker said, watch out for Yellow Boy in this BR. I read from a source that Atlanta said that. Yeah, this would have been nice to know about 2 hours ago, Tuna.
I know.
You know what, though, Tuna? I got to be honest with you, man. Even if you told me that at the beginning of the day, I wouldn't have fucking believed you. So you have to change my mind.
That's very true. Oh, Drake London, 18-yard catch.
Bijan, 2 for 5, average.
All right, my Falcons prediction is looking good so far.
It's early. It's 2 minutes in.
Is this the first drive of the game, right?
It is, yeah.
Remember when I convinced you guys to pick the Buccaneers defense on DraftKings? What a fucking idiot that guy is.
Didn't we take the Falcons in the other one, though? The Falcons defense in the other one?
Did we? I think so.
I thought we did, yeah.
Ooh, Josh Allen fell pretty far.
It's funny, in those contests, like those, what are they called on DraftKings?
Showdowns,
yeah. It seems like usually, like, the winner ends up either having one of the defenses or one of the kickers.
Yep, especially this year.
Like, almost always.
Yeah, I think they said, like,
scoring.
I think they said it was over 50% this year have been kicker or defense optimal.
Yep.
We're on the clock. I like Lamar here.
Yeah, me too.
Wow, Marv fell a ton. Holy crap.
So Lamar.
I mean, if we want to do a 3 wide receiver build, I don't hate that idea if he falls.
So like Zay.
Yeah, but if Marv is there, you're going to take him over Zay?
Yeah, he projects pure points higher. Touchdown, really? Drake London.
Nice.
It's a good start for. Oh, we didn't have London in that lineup though. Unfortunate.
Damn.
Probably running back here or tight end.
I would like
Chuba.
Bowers.
That works.
Oh, we still need a tight end?
Yeah.
All right, Bowers is fine. I like the 6-man so much more.
Really?
So yeah, because we get better players. In the dog bowl by the third round, you're like, oh fuck, like I don't know.
It's funny in Dynasty. I like Dynasty for the reason of being able to like identify players that no one likes, like Wandale a couple of years ago, or just random guys that people just overlook. But in these drafts, I didn't realize that Wicks was there. That's unfortunate. In these drafts, I for some reason enjoy the 6-mans way more.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I don't even know if it would have been smart to go Wicks, only because if we double stack Packers and we already have Lamar, is that ever going to be optimal?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's very thin.
Without Love, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Who needs Love anyway?
Let's see what our friends are doing. Toker has Kyron, Debo, Cook, Wicks.
I like that a lot. Really shit, that's actually a very good team.
That is a nasty team.
Holy fuck.
Mason or GoNept has Mason, Jacobs, and Kincaid.
And Diggs now.
And Diggs.
And then you just got Stroud.
Ooh,
yeah, no, Toker, that team is
like cooking.
Yeah. That's a very good team.
Yeah,
Toker,
I can see why the first spot is so good because that is
because
it's the Kyron Debo. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's a really nice. I'm gonna have so much of that.
Jordan
Love. He gets Love. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not gonna do any more of these 6-mans.
It's winners drafted.
We need a running back
or a receiver.
We should go. Well, they already have 2 receivers already. Everyone else between us, so Chuba's the pick, and then
I agree.
That's something that I think is overlooked. I'm sure like the sharp people do it, but looking to see what your players between the drafters between where your pick is and where your next pick is.
Yeah,
you could waste a pick on Zay and then Chuba goes automatically next.
Yeah, it's kind of just like second nature to me now after doing so many drafts.
Yeah.
Do you guys want Zay or do you guys want a running back here?
I don't know. Lamar naked is scary.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it.
And I know you don't typically do those type of builds. You like the 2 and 2, so it could be good to diversify the construction of the team.
So Toker finishes out with David Njoku. It's a good pick.
Yeah, and even that's a good pick. Yeah,
great pick.
This draft might get thrown out, to be honest, because this guy is. I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's an
Jaden Daniels, third over.
Yeah,
I wasn't even paying attention to that.
And Zach Moss. That explains why Toker was able to build the super team. That team would sim so well.
Oh my god, yeah.
And GoNap finishes with Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper's a good last pick. I like that one.
All right, guys. Anything else before we end the stream?
I don't think so. Thank you all for hopping in with us. Excited to talk next week about how our teams did. But if you are enjoying the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Really helps out the channel grow. Excited to continue this journey with you guys. Anthony, anything else to say?
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how our Primetime Palooza slates get finished up because I'm very excited to see the lineups without Najee Harris and how those compare to the ones with Najee Harris. And I can't wait to be right on that one. So
we'll see
for that.
Yeah, and next week for those that are here, we'll be doing we'll be doing at least one draft with the Best Ball Resurrection. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be prepping for that over the weekend.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, everybody.